Hello everyone, tonight on the program, averting a food crisis, the National Food Buffer Stock Company discloses fertilizers are being transported to address shortages in the northern part of the country.
There have been delay in supply of fertilizer, but that issue has been resolved. A number of trucks have moved from Tema to the parts of the north to deliver fertilizers to farmers.
Also coming up, challenges at the ports. Ghana Shippers Authority assures freight forwarders and clearing agents allegations of mishandling at the ports by shipping lines will be addressed. Plus, making local industries competitive for AFTA. That was a major issue as the Ghana Industrial Summit opened in Accra today.
The incentives for industries in Ghana are major concerns, because without these incentives, Ghanaian companies cannot become competitive. And we therefore want each one of us to participate.
And we've got details of those stories and others coming up in this half hour of Business News. Thanks for being with us. My name is Darryl Kwao. Thanks for staying with us. First up, the National Food Buffer Stock Company has disclosed that fertilizers have been transported to the northern parts of the country to address the lack of fertilizers in the system. The shortage has led to fears of a food crisis in the coming year, but Chief Executive of NAFCO, Hanan Abdul-Wahab, says they are committed to ensuring food security. Here's more from the inauguration of NAFCO's reconstituted board.
In recent times, there has been an increase in food prices, and it was linked to the lack of fertilizers and climate change as the major causes. This has triggered panic among many Ghanaians. However, Chief Executive of the National Food Buffer Stock Company, Hanan Abdul-Wahab, has reiterated his outfit's commitment to ensuring that Ghana's food basket is safe. He spoke to Joy Business on the sidelines of the inauguration of the company's reconstituted governing board.
Generally, it's going on well because we have more farmers. I think we have clocked over 1 million farmers now. We're looking at about 1.5 million farmers benefiting the planting for food and jobs. I can assure you that there will not be food shortage. We have put in measures, and we have been in this business for the past 4 years, and thanks to the planting for food and jobs, where a number of farmers have been registered on the program. So we are doing our utmost best, and a clear example is that the Free Senior High School is not struggling in terms of feeding. We are always available to provide them with feed. So yes, fertilizers there have been delay in supply of fertilizer, but that issue has been resolved. A number of trucks have moved from Tema to the parts of the north to deliver fertilizers to farmers.
Meanwhile, Haji Hanan could not disclose how long his outfit can sustain the country should Ghana face imminent food crisis.
This is a national security concern. I may not be able to give you. It's a tight-lipped strategy because our weapon is our reserve. So, and this interview is going worldwide, and it's for your own good. You understand? It's for all of us, our own good, for me to declare our weapon. You understand? What I can say is that we have enough to sustain the country.
The Minister for Food and Agriculture, Dr. Owusu Efriyi-Akoto, inducted the reconstituted board of NAFCO. The 7-member board is chaired by a legal practitioner, Henry Nana Boakye, and includes the company's chief executive, Hanan Abdul-Wahab. Here is the board chairman's remarks.
Honorable Minister, myself and my team wish to assure you that we will work hand in hand with the management, staff, and your ministry and all major stakeholders along the food value chain in order to fully realize the objectives for which the National Food Buffer Stock Company was established. Honorable Minister, I have the absolute trust in the members of the newly sworn-in board because each of them brings on board vast experience in various fields of endeavor. These experiences will be fully tapped to serve the best interest of the company and Mother Ghana.
Meanwhile, the Minister for Food and Agriculture has sworn in the newly appointed Board of Directors for the Quality Control Company, QCC, a subsidiary of the Ghana Cocoa Board. The Minister has charged the board to work hard and maintain Ghana's reputation as the world's premium cocoa producer. Charles Aite has more.
Five-member committee of the Quality Control Company are taking up new roles after 4 years of the company running without a board. The Agric Minister, Dr. Wusi Ofiri-Akoto, in swearing the members in, challenged them to work hard to maintain Ghana's cocoa standards.
Ghana's cocoa, because of its high quality, is used as a mixer for boiled chocolates to give it the right taste. And the demand is very, very high.
Meanwhile, chairman of the board, Dr. Ebenezer Owusu, who is a lecturer and head of department at the Plant and Environmental Biology at the University of Ghana, pledged resolve to improve the quality standards of cocoa in Ghana.
Reaching the top is a monumental achievement, but remaining there may be the most spectacular feat of all. For this reason, we as the board of directors, we are going to ensure that the premium quality that Ghana's cocoa beans enjoy will continue as a preferred choice of all chocolate and beverage producers of high reputation and distinction.
The five-member committee includes Dr. Barima Afrani as board member, businessman representing the private sector, SB Kangbere, businessman representing LBCs, Cocoa Pond, and acting managing director of the QCC, Julius Mark Kojo Owusu Martinson.
Now, the Ghana Shippers Authority is assuring the port community, especially freight forwarders and clearing agents, that everything is being done to ensure that allegations of mishandling at the country's ports are dealt with. Now, this follows recent agitations by importers and freight forwarders about unfair treatment from shipping lines. Here's a report from a forum held by the Center for Transport Security Dialogue in Accra.
Freight forwarders and exporters recently alleged mishandling at the ports as there are inadequate laws to sanction shipping lines. After a series of engagements with stakeholders, the Ghana Shippers Authority has assured that it is making progress in resolving all concerns raised by the freight forwarders. After addressing the Maiden Center for Transport Security Dialogue in Accra, freight officer at the Ghana Shippers Authority, Matthew Saki, said his outfit is taking feedback from all parties to ensure that the writing is done.
Definitely do go back to check whether they are taking these feedback, and whenever we have challenges with their operations, we do engage them from time to time. So we are in constant engagement with them to ensure that the right thing is being done. Like I said, some of these problems are problems that have existed over a very long period of time, and you can't expect that at once. You want it to stop immediately and it stops. But we are taking steps and processes to ensure that things change for the betterment of Ghana.
President of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, Dr. Joseph Obin, commenting on the matter, said that the Ghana Shippers Authority has relaxed in regulating the sector, a situation he believes is making the shipping lines overcharge exporters.
From what is going now, I don't think the Ghana Shippers Authority can control them. Most times they do their best to give directives as to what these shipping lines should do, but they do not go by it. It means that maybe there's no law to bite the whole thing. That's why we are calling for stringent measures or laws that will make sure that we have some control. It should not be said that we left them uncontrolled for them to just extort whatever they want from the consuming public, for the importers as well as the consuming public.
Country Director for the Center for Transport Security Dialogue, Kofi Asante, is confident that the concerns of the traders at the port will be resolved through advocacy.
It facilitates trade, it facilitates business, it facilitates so many things. So that SESET fixes itself in a position where we can make sure that all these stakeholders in the transport sector, from the high to the low, as I've said, will have a certain space to be heard, a certain space to have their grievances conveyed, and also make sure that there is profitability for those who play in the area.
The dialogue is centered on demurrage and its impact on prices of goods.
You're watching Business Live. Now to one of our top stories tonight. The Association of Ghana Industries is painting a gloomy picture of the state of local industries' readiness to compete in the African Continental Free Trade Area amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, as the agreement enters its 8th month of operations, President of the AGI, Dr. Yao Edu-Gyamfi, is doubtful about the capacity of local industries to compete. He cites the cost of power, cost and access to finance as some of the major concerns needing urgent remedy. He spoke at the launch of the Ghana Industrial Summit.
This has given us a great opportunity that we can see a brighter light at the end of the tunnel. This gave us some glimmer of hope as we prepare ourselves to deal with the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. But it is very apparent that a lot more need to be required to enable businesses trade under the African Continental Free Trade, considering the turbulence that businesses went through last year. That's why it is great that the theme for this year's summit is repositioning Ghanaian industries to improve our leverage in working under the African Continental Free Trade, known as AfTA. This theme sets the tone for a good dialogue and policy prescriptions that should be propel our way forward. And I trust that all of us will participate, that we get the good mark from all the experts that have been drawn into this summit, from our key institutions, to help us elucidate the topics that has been outlined for the 3 and 4 days. Affordable electricity, Ghana's tariff negotiations, and liberalization strategy within the AfTA, and the incentives for industries in Ghana are major concerns. Because without these incentives, Ghanaian companies cannot become competitive. And we therefore want each one of us to participate, bring your ideas on board under this summit so that we can see our way forward. To do well under the AfTA, AGI understands the importance of the cost of doing business. Leveraging AfTA becomes more difficult if our local production and competitiveness is not considered. As a country, our mother Ghana has also signed on a number of trade agreements, such as the Interim Economic Partnership Agreement under the UK Trade Partnership Agreement, and I am certain that all these are well intended. However, let us not lose spirit of the fact that these agreements also come with a duty-free quota for all the provisions of imports that will be coming into our country. And be mindful that we also don't have much to export into their countries.
Meanwhile, Special Advisor to the President, Yao Osafo-Maafo, says government is aggressively introducing policies and reforms to enhance the competitiveness of local industries. He cites the establishment of the National Development Bank, which will be launched soon, as some of the interventions to cushion undercapitalized local industries.
Government recognizes the challenges of a medium to long-term capital to our economy. You would have noticed that the banks, through no fault of theirs, have also preferred to lend short and maximum medium. Short-term lending is the icing on the cake for our banks, and for good reason. And as a result of that, retail trade, retail business have really flourished in our system, because the banks would normally prefer to lend short, so the traders had not much difficulty accessing bank credit. But industry has. And I think it's something we must look at. If we want to create employment, we must reverse it. Banks should feel more comfortable lending medium and long than lending short. And short-term lending must always be a coefficient of medium to long-term lending. I learned to establish an industry. That industry requires a working capital. That will be short-term lending. But for the industrial lending, for buying of plant and machinery, that will be medium to long. But for the working capital, that will be short. So you would have a term loan and also a short-term loan, an overdraft, you call it most of the time. The two must always go hand in hand. It cannot be that banks are more interested in overdraft than term loans. The two are sworn brothers in arms. And we must put them always together for the economy to develop and develop well. So AGI, you have a lot of work to do in making the Ghana Beyond Aid concept work and work effectively. There are certain areas we should not take for granted. We should look at and look at technically. We should look at and look at dispassionately if we are to move forward. The government has decided to establish a new development bank. And this has been mentioned by the AGI president and by the Honorable Deputy Minister. The idea is to find a solution to this term loan saga. We need it. And I believe that the new development bank will assist to address that problem.
You're watching Business Live. My name is Daryl Kwao. We are taking a short break. There's more coming up at the other side.
Hello there, and welcome to the Money Lab. Today we'll talk about saving and investing. The words saving and investing are sometimes used interchangeably, but when it comes right down to it, we should be engaged in both to secure our financial future. A shared characteristic of both saving and investing is the utmost importance that they play in our lives. If you are not doing either, the time to get started is now. This may require changes in spending, tracking, and in the utilization of your income, but it can and should be built into your plan. A general rule of thumb is saving should be short-term, while investing should be long-term.
Story takes us to the Ashanti region, where the youth and early startups in the Konongo area have been schooled on the need to engage in small-scale processing and value addition of agri-commodities. The training was initiated by Quantum Ideas Ghana, a non-governmental organization, as part of a day's innovative skills program. This was part of activities to mark this year's International Youth Day to celebrate the contribution of the youth to national development. Anita Sewa-Juga has more in this report.
The program organized is to empower the youth with skills in soya milk production, branding and packaging. Executive Director of Quantum Ideas Ghana, Ethel Annie Komlaga, observes the lack of value addition to farm products. She believes adding value to farm products can increase farm income.
SDG Goal 12, responsible production and consumption. Yes, so this is the main reason why we are here today. A lot of us are producing right from our farms. We don't even know what to use some of the farm produce for. So we took a good look at soya. And if you look at our branding, we said Tebe milk production. Tebe is the same name for soya. So even the branding, the name alone, it's something that it says if somebody wants to find out more. What is Tebe? Okay, you go and find it is soya. This is what has come out of soya. And there are different ways you can brand it and put your name on it. And you feel proud that from your farm, you've been able to produce something that is going to the consumer straight away. And then you get some money into your pocket. Yes.
Member of Quantum Ideas Ghana, Ebenezer Ofori, believes the way out of graduate unemployment is entrepreneurship. He's urging the youth to take advantage of skills training programs to empower themselves.
Looks like almost everybody or almost every youth wants to be at the office and then be working daily. We don't want to come down to the ground and then get the skill that would make us productive. So I think this is one of the reasons why the unemployment issue is rampant in Ghana. So we only have to get a change of mind, just a change of mind, and then come down, get a skill, and then make ourselves useful.
Participants were, however, advised to desist from taking loans to start a new business. Emmanuel Chei Dompim, a Sinapia Bar branch manager, says she will also
start a business from zero, identifying the thing that you want to sell. For example, somebody may want to sell tomatoes, but you don't have the capital to start. How do you do? Identify the people that you want to sell the tomatoes to. Go and bargain with those that are selling the tomatoes. Put some price on them and sell it. Go and sell them, sell the products, get some money, and pay back those people that you borrow the money, the tomatoes from. There you get money. You see, it's linkage. How to market yourself. Create a linkage for yourself. Then from that, you get some small money.
Participants expressed their appreciation to Quantum Ideas for the skills training program. Anita Sewa-Juga reporting.
And that's our program tonight. Thanks for watching, everyone. There's more news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. Our top story on the website, government projects 89.1 billion Ghana cedi revenue, 128.3 billion cedi expenditure in 2022. You want to read more about it, myjoyonline.com/business. Goodbye.